My executive suite, the one I used for years, had been given away to our new intern. Kevin, Sophia, my wife, had apparently made that decision without even consulting me. I found out when my assistant forwarded me a screenshot from Kevin's social media. He'd posted photos of the office fully redecorated, with a caption that read, "Grateful for Sophia's trust and mentorship. I'll do my best to live up to the expectations." The layout was completely different. My awards were gone. My things had disappeared as if I'd never existed in that space. I didn't hesitate. I sent the screenshot straight to Sophia. "Sophia, what's the meaning of this? Why's an intern in my private office?" She responded with a voice message, her speech slightly slurred. "Darling, it's just an office. Besides, you're not using it right now." I didn't reply right away. I forwarded a direct order to our operations team. Suspend all collaboration with Miller Corp immediately, the very company that had sustained our largest joint project. If someone wanted to test my authority, I had no issue reminding them. Who held the real power? 2 minutes later, Sophia started calling. Her name flashed across my screen over and over. I ignored the first 4 calls. On the 5th I picked up, her voice exploded through the phone. "Ethan, have you lost your mind? That's a $200 million deal. The product launch is next week. Stopping now could kill everything. All this over an office." We'd been married 5 years, and not once had she raised her voice at me. Certainly not over another man. I took a slow sip of whiskey, letting the burn settle in my chest before replying. "This isn't about the office. Restore it." Exactly. As it was, every plaque, every frame, every detail. "You have 8 minutes left." She went quiet on the other end. "Now you have 5. I hung up. 2 minutes later. Photos of my office came through, everything back in place. I lifted the suspension order, but didn't speak to Sophia. Instead, I sent her 2 photos. The first was of her private study, completely cleared out. The second, shattered pieces of her prized antique vase. The one she'd just spent a fortune on at auction, scattered across the floor. "Consider this your punishment. You know my temper. Let's not repeat this." She didn't reply. I knew she was fuming, but I didn't care. My anger burned hotter. Our marriage had always been more of a partnership than a romance. 5 years ago, our families needed each other. Sophia needed the Hayes family's global reach. I needed Miller Corp's domestic infrastructure. We weren't lovers. We were allies. Before the wedding, Sophia had said, "We'll support each other in business, but I'll also trust and respect you." "I appreciate your honesty, Sophia. I hope our partnership thrives," I'd replied. Over time, we'd become more than just strategic allies. Respect turned into reliance, and eventually we found warmth. Shared moments after long business dinners, nights leaning on each other. The birth of our son earlier this year felt like a turning point. I thought, we were finally a true family. But now, Kevin had thrown all of that into question. Sophia didn't come home that night. Her silence was deliberate, a quiet rebellion. The next day, I ripped the bandages off my leg, got dressed, and headed straight to the office. My staff looked surprised, whispering among themselves. "Mr. Hayes, are you okay?" "Should still be resting," one of the receptionists asked gently. "Some things need to be handled in person," I said simply, and headed upstairs. As the elevator doors opened onto the executive floor, I heard laughter coming from Sophia's office. The door was cracked open. Through it, I saw Kevin seated comfortably beside her, the 2 of them. Locked in animated conversation, her eyes were crinkled with genuine amusement. That warmth. I'd never seen her show it to anyone on staff, not even me in public. Kevin wore a tailored designer suit. Not just any suit, it was a limited edition piece. Only 5 existed worldwide. It was the same suit Sophia once told me she wanted. To gift me. Now. It was on an intern. I pushed open the door. The room fell silent. Sophia's smile vanished. Kevin quickly stood. "Mr. Hayes, I heard you were recovering. You really should be. Who told you to speak to me about my health?" I snapped. He froze. "Take off." That suit. Kevin's mouth opened and closed. He looked to Sophia for help. Because of the office issue, she cut in, voice tight. Kevin became the target of workplace gossip. I gave him the suit as a small gesture. It's just a suit, Ethan. I'll get you another gesture. I laughed cold. This isn't about the money. It's about respect. That suit carries weight. Who the hell is Kevin to wear it? Don't forget who you are, Sophia. Don't forget who I am. You don't give away what isn't yours. Kevin looked like he wanted to disappear. I'm sorry, Mr. Hayes, I didn't know. Now you do. Take it off, Sophia snapped. Ethan, that's enough. We have a meeting to attend. Stop making a scene. She had never raised her voice to me in the office. Now she was doing it. In front of Kevin, for Kevin. Which meeting? Apex Corp. Kevin and I are going together? Since when do interns represent us in billion-dollar negotiations? Kevin's been instrumental in the proposal. I want him there. Laughed under my breath. Impressive. Realize interns had such influence. Her eyes narrowed. She grabbed her purse. We don't have time for this. As they brushed past me, Kevin dared to smirk. A flash of arrogance. Challenged Sophia. You brought this on yourself. After they left. I pulled out my phone and called Apex Corp's chairman directly. Mr. Peterson, it's Ethan Hayes. About the deal Sophia's coming to discuss. An hour. Later, Sophia called me. She was livid. Ethan, what the hell did you do? Mr. Peterson humiliated Kevin, called him a kept man, said Miller Corp exists because of you, and now you're too busy recovering while I run around with another man. You planned this, didn't you? I let out a quiet chuckle. Sophia, I don't control other people's opinions. If people talk, maybe it's because they see something. Maybe it's because it's true. The deal is off. Kevin's reputation is ruined. Are you happy now? Very. I ended the call, and for the first time in 2 days, I felt calm. Later that day, I got a message from my assistant, Alex. Word about Kevin had already spread through the office like wildfire. When he walked back in, people stared, whispered. Some even flat out insulted him. Arrogant, scheming, untalented, that he'd used charm and manipulation to climb the ladder. Everything on his desk. Dumped in the trash, Kevin tried to defend himself. Told people it wasn't like that. Pleaded with them to stop, but no one cared. No one was going to take risks for an intern, not when the executive vice president had clearly drawn a line. Office politics can be brutal. Kevin had stepped into something far beyond his reach. He resigned soon after, humiliated, angry, and cornered. Since he was never formally onboarded, HR processed it within the hour. No exit interview. Just a name scrubbed off a system. Honestly, I didn't feel bad for him. He overestimated his place and underestimated mine. Sophia, for her part, managed to salvage things with Apex Corp after some heavy lifting. But when she returned and learned Kevin had left, she was furious that night. While I was putting our son Leo to bed, I saw her standing in the nursery doorway. Her expression was tight, her voice low, careful not to wake the baby. Kevin didn't do anything wrong, she said. He's just a kid trying to make it. No. Because of you, he's lost his job and his name's been dragged through the mud. You really think this is all worth it? Over a damn office? I tucked Leo in gently, kissed his forehead, and stepped out. Closing the door behind me, Sophia, I said calmly, believe me or not, I didn't tell anyone to go after him. But you and I both know the kind of environment we work in. When people sense someone's fallen out of favor, they react. No one needed a memo to know Kevin crossed a line. Her eyes narrowed, full of disbelief and anger. How many lines did you cross for him? I asked. He wore my suit, sat in my office. Took liberties no intern should have dared. There's nothing going on between me and Kevin, she said sharply. Then why all the exceptions? I stepped closer. You never even let your last assistant bring a chair into your office. But Kevin gets a front row seat to your trust, your warmth, your protection. And when I call it out, you get mad at me. Sophia clenched her jaw. Her silence spoke volumes. I looked at her, voice low but firm. I care about you. That's why we're married. That's why we have a child. But you know me. I don't tolerate betrayal. Not physical, not emotional, not even the illusion of it. If you cross that line, I will walk away, and I'll find someone else to raise our son if I have to. Her expression turned stormy. Without a word, she spun on her heel and stormed into the guest room. That was how we handled fights. She'd retreat, we'd cool off, and by morning, things would move on. But this argument felt different, deeper, personal. Not about business, not about pride. About us. The next morning, her phone rang. Kevin's name flashed across the screen. She hesitated just for a second, then answered. His voice was shaky, panicked. Sophia, I don't know what to do. They're saying horrible things about me. Online, my photos are everywhere. People are calling me names, saying I slept my way up. I'm scared. I haven't left my apartment all day. Sophia's face turned pale, then furious. Stay where you are. Don't go out. I'll fix this. After hanging up, she turned to me. Her voice was shaking. Are you behind this? Is this what it's come to now?
Yeah.
You've already ruined his job now. His reputation, too. I didn't. Do this, I said, standing up. But I'm not surprised it happened. You know how this world works. You're lying. When have I ever lied to you, Sophia? You just don't like the truth. She grabbed her coat and stormed out again, slamming the door behind her. I sat there, the house suddenly quiet, angry, disappointed, but mostly tired. Later that afternoon, as I scrolled through my phone, I saw something that made my blood run cold. All the hate posts about Kevin, gone, replaced by an official statement from Miller Corp. Kevin is an exceptionally talented individual who joined our company based on merit. Miller Corp has zero tolerance for malicious rumors and will pursue legal action against those spreading slander online. Then came another message from Alex, sir. Sophia didn't just issue that statement. She also reinstated Kevin as her chief secretary effective immediately. Salary matches and EVPs. She said any staff caught gossiping about him would be fired on the spot. People are whispering already. It's all anyone's talking about. Then came the kicker, a screenshot of Kevin's new social media post. The storm has passed. True gold fears no fire. I'm grateful for those who believe in me. I will continue to serve with loyalty and dedication. Thank you, Sophia. It included a photo of his offer letter, sealed and signed. I stared at the screen, feeling my pulse spike. The audacity, smugness. Moments later, Sophia came home to grab some files. She didn't even look at me, just walked straight upstairs like I didn't exist. My fingers tapped slowly against the coffee table. Sophia, I said, voice cool and steady. What exactly is the meaning of this? She stopped, but she didn't turn around. Sophia turned, slowly to face me, her eyes hard and unyielding. Kevin is a hardworking employee who was bullied at your instigation. I'm fixing the wrong you caused. He deserves this. And if you insist I fire him, well, go ahead. Her voice rose with conviction. I tolerated your misuse of power all these years. Not this time. Out. Sacrifice Kevin, and I won't let you run wild anymore. She spun and walked away, the door slamming so loud it shook the walls. In that moment, something inside me snapped. 5 years of marriage, our carefully built partnership, was unraveling over someone who'd only been here 2 weeks. I sat on the sofa, rage burning through me. The glass of water in my hand shattered when I squeezed it too hard. Its shards cut into my palm, the sting grounding me. If she's siding with him now, then I'll act ruthlessly too. I dialed my lawyer. David Lee. David, prepare divorce papers. Asset division, every detail. No discrepancies. I want them in 3 days. Surprised, David asked, are you sure? Yes, do it now. No one tell Sophia. Then I went to work. I pulled up 5 years of joint projects with Miller Corp and quietly ordered, Hayes Inc., S Overseas Team, suspend all collaborations with Miller Corp site technical issues. They obeyed without question. Next, I had HR recall our technical staff embedded at Miller Corp, offering them double their current pay. They were mine again. My father called soon after. Dad, I'm divorcing Sophia. He paused. Have you thought this through? Yes, all right, we back you, son. Don't hesitate. The Hayes name doesn't drag on. Within 2 days, all shared assets were untangled. I even cleared out my personal funds, leaving Sophia in the dark. Meanwhile, Kevin flooded social media, smiling at events with Sophia, flaunting a new car, a luxury watch, the big rehire announcement.
Oh.
His caption, grateful for Sophia's mentorship, made me sick. I scrolled once, blocked him, and focused on my next moves. That evening, Sophia called. Ethan, it's Dad's birthday. We're hosting it at the estate. You coming? If not, I'll go alone. Her voice was polite, distant. I looked at the divorce agreement lying on my desk. Small smile cracked. I'll be there, 7 p.m. I drove into the Miller estate. Courtyard was alive with chatter and lights. Sophia's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Miller, stood at the entrance, surprised to see me alone. Ethan, where's Sophia? She'll be here soon. But they ushered me inside, and I accepted a cup of green tea from the butler. Cool and calm. Half an hour later, Sophia arrived with Kevin trailing behind. The room went silent. Mr. Miller's face darkened. Mr. Miller, this is a family event. Why is he here? Sophia, Kevin is my chief secretary. We had urgent business. Let him stay. Mr. Miller stiffened. He's not family. Remove him. Kevin looked between us, a small smirk playing on his lips. I stood and walked to the table. From my jacket pocket, I pulled a thick folder and laid it in front of everyone. The cover read in bold. Divorce agreement. The room froze. Sophia's purse hit the floor. Her voice trembled. Ethan, are you serious? As I met her eyes steadily, I'm more clear-headed now than ever. You chose him over me. You humiliated me for that pretty boy? Then don't blame me if I act decisively. Gasps filled the room. Mrs. Miller rushed to my side. Ethan, don't rush. Let's talk. I gently pulled my arm free. I respect you, Mrs. Miller, but my mind is made. Sophia can refuse to sign Finn. We'll settle this in court, without another word. I turned and walked out. The door closed behind me, and I felt a lightness I hadn't felt in years, back in my office. Alex knocked and entered. Alex, Mr. Hayes, over 30 key Miller Corp employees have applied to join us today. He was grinning, excited, hopeful. Miller Corporation's stock hit its lower limit at market open today. That's 5 consecutive days now, Alex reported, holding a tablet. Several of their major projects have been suspended due to the talent exodus. There's even talk of bankruptcy. I gave a quiet nod. Everything was unfolding just as I'd anticipated. Without Hayes Incorporated's support and stripped of the core team we'd once embedded, Miller Corp was flailing. Just a matter of time now. Alex glanced back down at his tablet, then added with a grin, "Oh, here's something amusing. Kevin apparently pitched a new tech venture at a Miller Corp senior meeting. He pushed hard for a pivot into the tech sector. It flopped. Hard. The company's in chaos now." I let out a dry laugh. A liberal arts major trying to lead a tech division. Incredible. The arrogance is almost impressive. Kevin had always been style over substance. He looked the part, but when it came to real skill, he was clueless. Fortunately, Sophia had been too blinded by whatever feeling she had for him to see it. She had handed him the reins to her family's company only to watch him drive it straight into a wall. My phone lit up against Sophia's name. Call number 15 today. I blocked the number without hesitation. I didn't need her explanations or apologies. I didn't care how she was doing. Rumors had already reached me. After the stock tanked and key projects stalled, she'd finally realized her mistake. Kevin was gone. Fired, but it was too late. The damage had already been done. Miller Corp was bleeding. Later that afternoon, my office line rang. "Mr. Hayes, Miss Sophia Miller is in the lobby," said the head of security. "She says she won't leave until she sees you. Not meeting her. Keep an eye on her, make sure she doesn't cause a scene." I hung up. Alex texted me that evening. She stood at the entrance for 2 hours before security had to remove her. The next day, Another call came in. This time, the visitor was Mr. Miller. I paused, then nodded. Bring him up. Despite everything, Sophia's parents had always treated me with respect. I owed him that much, mister. Mr. Miller looked exhausted, eyes red, shoulders heavy. He didn't waste time. Ethan, I know Sophia made a terrible mistake, but she realizes it now. Can you find it in your heart to give her another chance? Ahmet. His eyes calm but resolute. Mr. Miller, I truly respect you, but what's done is done. Some mistakes leave no path back. She fired Kevin. She regrets everything.
Ouch.
She's willing to fix things. It's not just about Kevin. She betrayed my trust. The bond between us, the foundation of our marriage, it's broken. You know me? I can't overlook that. She refuses to sign the divorce. I'll continue to pressure Miller Corp until it's nothing. Mr. Miller's expression darkened. After a long silence, he nodded. I understand. I'll make sure she signs. And about Leo, we'd still like to see him, of course. You'll always be welcome to visit him. He left quietly, weighed down by disappointment. I felt for him, but I wouldn't bend. 3 days later, the signed divorce agreement landed on my desk that night. I wrapped up work and was heading out when I noticed a commotion at the building. Entrance, Kevin, disheveled, pinned between two guards, was struggling violently. His shirt was torn, hair wild, eyes bloodshot. When he saw me, he nearly broke free. Ethan Hayes, he screamed. You ruined my life. You destroyed me. I stopped, keeping a calm distance. No, Kevin, you destroyed yourself. You were fired because you were incompetent. Your so-called strategies, plagiarized junk. You were nothing more than a leech. His face flushed, then turned pale. You got close to Sophia by playing the victim, charming her, manipulating her trust. You bullied your coworkers and skimmed company resources. No. One stopped you because you hid behind her. I stepped closer, eyes steady. You're not a victim. You're a fraud. And in my eyes, you're less than nothing, Kevin snapped. He lunged at me. I'll kill you. The guard slammed him to the ground. I walked up and pressed my foot on his hand. If you ever show your face in front of me again, I won't be this lenient. Consider this your only warning. You'll rot in hell, Ethan Hayes. He shrieked as they dragged him away. That same night, anonymous posts began surfacing online. Kevin, in compromising photos, serving wealthy women in a private lounge. Then came the footage shoplifting chat logs from his college days bragging about scamming money from girlfriends. I hadn't ordered any of it. I didn't need to. Plenty of people were eager to earn my favor, and others simply wanted justice. Mr. Miller himself used his contacts to blacklist Kevin across the industry. Kevin vanished from the business world and returned to his old job. Less than a month later, I heard he'd died an illness brought on by overwork and stress, a fitting, if tragic end. As for me, the next 6 months were transformative. I secured 3 major contracts. My company's stock doubled. Forbes named me Entrepreneur of the Year. Sophia alongside. Her father began the slow work of rebuilding Miller Corp. I saw her name occasionally in the news. The fire she once had had dimmed. She looked tired. Maybe wiser. I didn't feel hate, just distance. 3 years passed in the blink of an eye. Hayes, Inc. had become an industry leader. I was a high-profile single CEO, often the subject of attention, but I wasn't interested in dating. My heart belonged to my son. Leo was for now. Bright, energetic, with a smile just like mine. Since the divorce, I'd been hands-on personally taking him to kindergarten. Picking him up, reading him bedtime stories. There was even a small corner of my office filled with his toys and drawings. Soft, quiet reminder of what truly mattered. With Leo's toys and drawings scattered neatly in one corner of my office, I'd created a little space just for him, a place where he could relax, play, or color while I worked. He loved being there. It made visits to Daddy's office feel special, not like he was just waiting around. One afternoon, as he was scribbling something with a crayon, he suddenly looked up and asked, "Daddy, when is Mommy coming to see me?" His big, hopeful eyes met mine. I glanced at the calendar on my phone. "Your birthday is the day after tomorrow. Mommy will probably come then with a present." According to the divorce agreement, Sophia was allowed to visit Leo twice, a month for up to 3 hours each time. And in all these 3 years, she had never missed a single visit. No matter how full her schedule was, she always showed up on time, always with a carefully chosen gift, always trying to make up for lost time, no matter how I personally felt. About her, I never interfered with her time with Leo. Whatever had happened between us, Leo deserved to have a relationship with his mother. His emotional well-being came first. Miller Corp had slowly stabilized under her leadership. It wasn't the powerhouse it once was, but it was steady, no reliable. We occasionally bumped into each other at business events. A polite nod, a quiet "hello," nothing more. On Leo's 4th birthday, I threw a small party at home, just a few of his closest little friends and their nannies. Simple, cheerful, full of laughter and balloons. That afternoon, the doorbell rang. Sophia stood on the other side, holding a large, brightly wrapped gift. "His birthday present," she said softly. I took the box from her and gave a short nod. "You have 3 hours. I'll be back right on time." She nodded too, her eyes drifting to Leo inside, her expression tinged with sadness. As I left, I could feel the weight of her gaze linger for a few moments longer. Over the past few years, she'd made quiet efforts to reconnect, small gestures, subtle messages. At business functions, she'd sometimes bring up old memories. We shared, trying to find common ground again. After visits with Leo, she'd linger just a little too long, trying to turn a brief goodbye into a longer conversation. She even asked mutual friends to tell me that she still loved me, that she'd be willing to start over. But I always declined, kindly, firmly, and without bitterness. Some things, once broken, just can't be put back together the same way my life now is full. I have a career that challenges and excites me, a son who brings me endless joy. Compared to the emotional strain and constant tension of our old marriage, I feel lighter now, clearer, more at peace. And when I look at Leo laughing, freely surrounded by people who truly care for him, I know I made the right choice.